好，我们继续讨论《大般若经》61品第93段，无住方便 by way of non-attaching. Subhuti, if great awakening can be as such by way of non-attaching, practice the 6 comprehensive practices. This great awakening will quickly awaken to ultimate perfect enlightenment. As it is, Subhuti, if great awakened want to obtain the ultimate perfect enlightenment, they should learn the 6 comprehensive practices first. Then they should subsume sentient beings by either giving or kind words or benefiting others or collaborating. After subsumed, teach them to immerse in comprehensive giving, 6度. After immersing, liberate all living, aging, sickness, and death, and awaken to the immersion of absolute peace and joy. Great awakening like this will achieve the ultimate perfect enlightenment, turn the Dharma wheel, liberate immeasurable beings. So Subhuti, if great awakening want to self-awaken to all Dharma without other conditions, want to cultivate all sentient beings, want to good at benefiting, beautifying Buddha worlds, want to quickly sit on the wonderful enlightenment seat, want to subdue all evil demons, want to quickly awaken to the ultimate, to the Buddha's all-knowing wisdom, want to turn the Dharma wheel and liberate sentient beings from living, aging, sickness, and death. They should learn the 6 comprehensive practices, and by the 4 subsuming ways, skillfully subsume all sentient beings. Great awakening diligently practice and study as such. They should diligently practice and study the comprehensive wisdom. If great awakening want to obtain great freedom for all Dharma, they should learn comprehensive wisdom. Why Subhuti? The profound comprehensive wisdom can make great awakening obtain greater freedom for all Dharma. One is subsuming such all virtues, all by skillful means of comprehensive wisdom. Due to this corresponding condition, they cannot be subdued by all demon armies and outsider theories. Buddha said, Subhuti, if great awakening practice comprehensive wisdom like this, they can practice comprehensive giving because they can practice comprehensive precepts, 其他4度. They are thought of and protected by the past, future, and present all Buddhas. Next, Subhuti, the past, future, and present all Buddhas thought of and protect this great awakening as form is unobtainable. Thought of and protect great awakening as 其他4蕴 are unobtainable. Buddha said, Subhuti, it is, as you said. Those are great awakened, although they learn from many places, they didn't learn anything. Why Subhuti? There is not anything that those great awakened can learn from. Senior Subhuti said to Buddha again, World owner, thus coming lecture the 6 comprehensive practices, correspondent Dharma for great awakening, either broadly or narrowly. If great awakening want to awaken to ultimate perfect enlightenment, from these 6 comprehensive practices, correspondent Dharma, broadly or narrowly, all should listen and hear, accept and hold, recite and read, master them. After mastering, think in conform with truth. After thinking in conform with the truth, observe carefully and rightfully. When observing, the mind and of-mind Dharma for the phenomenon conditioned is not moving anymore. Buddha said, Subhuti, if great awakening know and understand the real form truth phenomenon, know and understand the real phenomenon of 其他4蕴 truth, this great awakening for all Dharma, know and understand the real broad or narrow phenomenon. Thereupon, Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, World owner, what is the real form truth phenomenon? What is the real 其他4蕴 truth phenomenon? Those great awakening know and understand as it is and learn from it. Know and understand all Dharma, broad and narrow phenomena as it is. Buddha said, Subhuti, form truth is non-originating, non-perish, also cannot be established neither as staying or changing, which is named real form truth phenomenon. Real 其他四蕴 is non-origination, non-perish 是一样的，不念了。At that moment, Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, "What owner? What is form real boundary phenomenon? What is 其他四蕴 real boundary phenomenon?" And those great awakened know and understand as it is, and learn from it and know and understand all Dharma, broad narrow phenomenon as it is.
这个稍等，那个实际相，你是翻的 real boundary phenomenon。
实际 real boundary 对。
reality 吧？
我觉得不是 reality 可能是我们现在的一个词汇。
任何色实际。
在古文里的。
我知道了。
实际不是这么用的。
它这个地方有一个色实际，指的就是 boundary。
对，它的色边际色 boundary， 佛有时候用色边际，色实际，我觉得是一个意思。Buddha said, Subhuti, there is no form boundary. It's named real form boundary phenomenon. 这还是一样，都是反正没有。Furthermore, Subhuti, if we can know and understand the form法 real phenomenon as it is, know and understand 其他四蕴 as it is, then they know and understand the broad narrow phenomenon as they are. 就是知道五蕴。Thereupon, Senior Subhuti asked the Buddha, "What owner? What is form法 real phenomenon?" 这跟也前面一样，就是色法界、色真如、法界真如。
这个法界就用的是 real， 那个其他的
real， 对。Buddha said, Subhuti, form realm, 虚空 realm, is named form法 realm. This form法 realm cannot be established as either break or apart, which is named form法 real phenomenon. Those great we can know and understand and learn from as is. For all法, know and understand their broad and narrow phenomena as they are. Thereupon, Senior Subhuti asked the Buddha, "What owner, how great awakened should know all fa, broad and narrow phenomena?" Buddha said, Subhuti, if great awakened know and understand truthfully that all fa are not unified or dispersed, then it is great awakened know truthfully all fa, broad and narrow phenomena. Subhuti, as such, all fa has no self-nature. If no self-nature, then it is nothing. If it is nothing, then it cannot be said as there is together or dispersed. All great awakened know and understand truthfully as far as such, then they can know and understand the broad and narrow phenomenon. Buddha said, Subhuti, as it is, as it is. As you said, such far method, those great awakened with sharp root can enter. Those great awakened with middle roots can enter too. Subhuti, such far method, those great awakened with ding root can enter. Those great awakened with non-ding root can enter too. Subhuti, such far method has no hinder, no barrier. If a great awakened can learn from it, no one can enter.
上根
No, 最后又翻错了，无不能入 ，nothing cannot. Nothing can not enter. 你说什么，老师？
说这边的立根、中根、上根、定根、不定根，这个四个名相，你是用的丁 root。
立根 sharp root， 中根 middle root， 定根定 root。
这两个中间加个 hyphen 吧。
OK。 好，谢谢老师。Subhuti Sattva method. Those who are lazy, not diligent, lost right thought, with diverse mind, study evil intelligence cannot enter. Subhuti Sattva method. Only those who are not lazy, surpassing diligent, with the right mind, with the right thought, good at subsuming mind. Study good intelligence can enter. Subhuti, if great awakened want to immerse in non-retrogressing stage, immerse in the number 10 stage, immerse in the Buddha's all-knowing wisdom stage, they should diligently enter into this method as skillful means. Subhuti, if great awakened study comprehensive wisdom as said, then this great awakened can awaken to 六度 also can awaken to. Subhuti, if
等一下，你这个预注第10，刚刚前面是1、2、3啊，预注第10地 in the number 10 stage。你8地不推转地，你是用的 non-retrogressive stage， 对不对？
对。
啊，你这边呢 immerse into the Buddha stage， 到最后是10地还没有到 Buddha。
没有。
还没有到。
10地是法云地。
法云地，
对。
10th stage of， 或者是你不要用 number 10， 这有点俗一点。
10th stage。9地是法云地还是10地是法云地
？10地是法云地。
10地法云没有错。
第125段 Subhuti, if great awakening studied as such, following the profound comprehensive wisdom, sayings freely, then this great awakening will be as such getting close to the Buddha's all-knowing wisdom. Subhuti, if great awakening studied as the comprehensive wisdom sayings, then all evil demon activities that this great awakening encounter will be extinguished immediately after their rise. As such, Subhuti, if great awakening want to destroy all bad deeds, want to rightfully subsume skillful means, they should learn comprehensive wisdom. Next, Subhuti, at the time one great awakening practice such comprehensive wisdom, study such comprehensive wisdom, learn such comprehensive wisdom. It is when great awakening are thought of and protected by 10 directional countless boundless words, all thus coming, worship qualified, perfect enlightened, who are right now proclaiming the perfect Fa. Why? The past, future, and present Buddha, none of them are not originated from the comprehensive wisdom. As such, Subhuti, if great awakening can practice comprehensive wisdom, they should think like this. The Fa that achieved by the past, future, and present all Dhammas, I should achieve them too. Subhuti, all great awakening should always practice comprehensive wisdom by focused intention thoughts, correspondent with not being away from Buddha's all-knowing wisdom.
上一次你说的那个作意不是 attention 吗？我最初用的 intention， 你说要改成 attention， 我都改过来了。到底是 intention 还是 attention 啊？咱们定的？
好像是 attention， 对。
是 attention 吗？我记得好像查咱那字典是 intention 呢，因为我不太确定是，所以我上一次问你，你说是 attention， 我都改成 attention 了。attention，
你这么一说我也混了，应该是 attention。
attention 吧，我觉得 attention 比 intention 更确切吧，是吧？attention 专注嘛，是吧？
好吧，对，用 attention 吧。128吧。Further, Subhuti, if great awakening are immersed as such comprehensive wisdom saying, you should know that this great awakening will no longer retrogress and always be thought of and protected by all Buddhas. Achieve the most excellent skillful means. have been close and made offerings to hundreds, thousands, immeasurable Buddha, and have planted countless outstanding good roots in those Buddha places. You should know that this great weekend have been subsumed by countless real good knowledge, have long been practicing Liu Du, have long been immersed in inner Kung, have long been practiced the all-knowing wisdom, Tao in phenomenon wisdom, all phenomenon wisdom. You should know that this great weekend are immersed in the boy stage. All wills will be fulfilled. Always see all Buddha without interruption. Never be away from all good rules. Always can cultivate all sentient beings. Also can beautify all Buddha worlds, from one Buddha world to another. Respect and make offerings to all Buddhas. Listen and accept and practice ultimate unsurpassed practice 法。
童子地是查一下看是在讲什么东西啊？
童子地应该是不是八地就是九地。
九地
是童子地，
是童子地吧？九地是这个
童子地就是法王子地。哦，要不是等觉妙觉地，就像那个文殊师利菩萨，他就是童子地，他
文殊那是实地啊。
是实地吗？那
你讲文殊的话，文殊普贤，那因地上都是童子地，查一下吧，好不好？我这个突然想不起，没听过这个字。
童子地啊，童子地我倒是读过，因为那个文殊师利菩萨的那边他就是童子地，他就是每一个受身都是真的受身，真的出生，不是化身。而且呢，他每一个生呢都是童子地，就是他就是8岁，每一次他是8岁的孩童像。那虽然他是8岁孩童呢，但实际上他已经是住这个叫童子地，就是反正不是九地就是十地，要不就是等觉妙觉那个地，就是文殊师利菩萨住的地。
查一下，好不好？看一看。
好，谢谢老师。下一段。You should know that this great weekend have obtained the non-break, non-end eloquence, have achieved outstanding Dharani methods, achieved unsurpassed profound form body, have obtained all Buddhas acknowledged for the enlightenment, have been at ease for transforming into any bodies, for following their own free wills to liberate sentient beings. You should know that this great weekend are good at knowing conditioned matters, good at knowing practice phenomena methods, good at knowing word method, good at knowing non-word method, good at knowing speaking, good at knowing non-speaking, good at knowing one extensible language, two extensible language, many extensible language. You should know that this great weekend are good at knowing form, 五蕴, good at knowing aggregates, boundaries, fields, are good at knowing conditioned origination path, good at knowing worldly nature, are good at knowing nirvana nature. You should know that this great weekend are good at knowing form, focus, attention, good at knowing recept, 其他四蕴的 focus, attention. You should know that this great awakened are good at knowing form phenomenon Kung, good at knowing 其他四蕴 phenomenon Kung. You should know that this great awakened are good at knowing silence of breathing Tao, good at knowing not silence breathing Tao, good at knowing living, perishing, staying, and change.
你那个等一下哈，回到132啊。
OK，
这个善知智门啊，我这边这个华严经有42个字，大般若经有43个字，所以你这个智门，它就一个字就是一个法门，这叫做智门啊。所以你用这个 word master 的话，它是一个很特殊的专有名词，不是一个很普通的一个 word master， 知道吧
？Words man， 您的意思就是说，它这个字门指的是华严经42字？
不是，华严经有华严经的42个字门，大般若经有大般若经的43个字门，大般若经比华严经多一个字。
对。所以说，它这个字应该是这个就是列举，就是普遍的说的，任何字它都 OK。
不是，它有单独的这是一个特别的法门，所以你要把它变成一个专有名词，而不是普通名词。
他写吧。
然后后面给它注明一下，43个字。应该是43个字，华严是42个字吧？这是很特别的东西。
OK，
所以要特别把它标注一下。
好，那我就改成 Word 用大写，然后后边用括号43个 words。
对。
对，写了，谢谢老师。137段。At that time, Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, "What owner? How should great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom, invoke comprehensive wisdom, and study comprehensive wisdom?" Buddha said, "What owner? Great awakened observe that the form is silence, is destroyable, not free wills. Its nature is force, not solid. They should practice comprehensive wisdom. Observe that 五蕴 is silence, destroyable, not that it is. Its nature is force, not solid. They should practice comprehensive wisdom." Buddha said to Subhuti, "Great awakened from the start to practice till peacefully sit in the wonderful enlightenment seat. Should practice comprehensive wisdom. Should invoke comprehensive wisdom and should study comprehensive wisdom." Buddha said, "Subhuti, great awakened from the start to practice till peacefully sit in the wonderful enlightenment seat. They cannot focus on any other attentions. They should always only immerse in the focused attention correspondent with Buddha's all-knowing wisdom. Should practice comprehensive wisdom, invoke comprehensive wisdom, study comprehensive wisdom. This great awakened should practice comprehensive wisdom as such. Invoke comprehensive wisdom as such, study comprehensive wisdom, till they can make mind and off-mind far are not turned when facing any state." Not affected in any state. Subhuti, if great awakened do not establish comprehensive wisdom, also do not establish Buddha's all-knowing wisdom and offer, then this great awakened will surely awaken to Buddha's all-knowing wisdom. Buddha said, Subhuti, not only comprehensive wisdom cannot be established,其他五度 also cannot be established. Subhuti, as such, heard awakened法, long awakened法, great awakened法, all Buddha 法, conditional 法, unconditional 法, such all 法, all cannot be established. Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom, they should learn no increase, no decrease from form. Also should learn no increase, no decrease from 其他四蕴。 Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice combines wisdom, should learn from form because of its non-origination, non-perish. Should learn from 其他四蕴 because of its non-origination, non-perish. Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice combines wisdom, should learn from form because of its not invoking all mind motion and its neither existence or non-existence. Should learn from 其他四蕴 because of their not invoking all mind motion and their either existence or non-existence. Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, what honored when great awakened practice combines wisdom? How should they learn from form? For it's not invoking all practices and either existence or non-existence. How should they learn from 其他四蕴? For they're not invoking all practices and existences, non-existences. Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice combines wisdom, to learn because they observe that all self-phenomena is空. As such, Subhuti, when great awakened practice combines wisdom, to learn from form because of its not invoking all practices. And it's neither existence or non-existence. 后面不念了，一样的，其他四蕴。Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, what owner if form phenomena is 空，其他四蕴 phenomena is 空 how should the great awakened practice combine wisdom? Buddha said, Subhuti, great awakened do not practice whatever anything. It is practice combines wisdom. Buddha said, Subhuti, because this combines wisdom is unobtainable, the great awakening is unobtainable, so practicing is non-obtainable. The ones who can practice, or the places practiced from, or the areas practiced, are all unobtainable. As such, Subhuti, great awakening practice nothing. This practice comprehends wisdom. For within it, all meaningless discussions are unobtainable. Buddha said, Subhuti, great awakening from the start of practice, for all far, should always learn unobtainable. 我们那个细论后边是不是有个定的词啊？
细论是吧？上次我们是，
我忘了是什么了。
我译的是 meaningless speech。
细论 discussion speech 差不多啊。记得好像我们定这个词。
Wandering thought, the wandering words.
细论，
再想一想。
好，再想一想。
法令不在，法令在的话可以查一下。
无德方面 Subhuti. When this great awakening practice combines giving, they should practice by way of unobtainable. 在后面不念都一样。One is named obtainable. One is named unobtainable. Buddha said, Subhuti, when there are two, it is named unobtainable. when there is none to, it is named unobtainable. Subhuti, those I and form are two. Great awakening practice and great awakening are two. Buddha's ultimate perfect enlightenment and Buddha are two. As such, all meaningless discussions are named there are two. Subhuti, none I, none form is none two. No form, no non-form is none two. No conditional, no non-conditional is none two. No Monday, no super Monday is none two. No birth, death is none two. 就是没有对的吧，都是 none two. Buddha said, Subhuti, it is not due to obtainable, then unobtainable. It is also not due to unobtainable, then unobtainable. But the equality nature of attainable and unobtainable, named unobtainable. As such, Subhuti, great awakened should study hard from obtainable, unobtainable, and equality nature. Subhuti, great awakened study like this is named study the meaning of comprehensive wisdom unobtainable, away from any mistakes. Subhuti said, Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom, it is not that they could immerse in obtainable, practicing comprehensive wisdom from one stage to the next stage, getting fullness gradually, then awaken to the ultimate perfect enlightenment. It is also not that they could immerse in unobtainable, practicing comprehensive wisdom from one stage to the next stage, getting fullness gradually, then awaken to the ultimate perfect enlightenment. Why Subhuti? Comprehensive wisdom is unobtainable. Ultimate perfect enlightenment is unobtainable. The ones who can practice comprehensive wisdom, the areas practiced, at time practiced, are all unobtainable. This unobtainable is also unobtainable. Great awakened should practice like this. Buddha said, Subhuti, when great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom, although they are away from, always happy to make selections for, they do not obtain for, nor obtain 其他私欲. Buddha said, Subhuti, great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom, not for form, not for 其他私欲. What great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom for? Buddha said, Subhuti, great awakened practice comprehensive wisdom for nothing. Why? All Fa does nothing and make nothing. Comprehensive wisdom also does nothing and make nothing. Ultimate perfect enlightenment also does nothing and make nothing. Great awakened should practice comprehensive wisdom by way of doing nothing and make nothing. If all Fa does nothing and make nothing, then it should not be established the three practice differences, which are hard awakened practice, long awakened practice, and unsurpassed practice. Subhuti, those idiots and common people who have never heard of Buddha teachings think this way. Forms really can be obtained. 其他私欲 can also really be obtained. I will surely awaken to ultimate perfect enlightenment, liberate those sentient beings from birth and death and the rest sufferings, and make them obtain the absolution and always enjoy nirvana.
你这里边有一个白痴，是不是有点启示的味道，让人读起来呀？
渔夫就是白痴。
那 foolish 吧 ，foolish
people 一样。
The foolish，
fool 都是 fools。
我觉得这个词有点特别过了，好像有点。行吧，我就是觉得。
佛说人都是坡驴。什么叫坡驴呢？驴本来就没有用，还是瘸腿的驴。 比这个很多了。Subhuti, those idiots and common people who have never heard of Buddha teachings put the cause and condition upside down. Think like that, then it is slandering Buddha. Why? Subhuti, Buddha's sixth form by 5 eyes still cannot get it. 6 其他4蕴 cannot get it. If it could surely obtain the ultimate perfect enlightenment and liberate sentient beings from birth and death and rest sufferings, make them obtain absolute, always joyful nirvana, then there's nothing right about it. Why would owner awaken to ultimate perfect enlightenment and harbor sentient beings with 3 aggregate differences, which are the absolute perfect nature aggregates, definite evil nature aggregates, and undecided nature aggregates?
那这个3句差别，这个句翻译你也给它翻译成那5韵的那个句了。Three aggregates，记得好像我那里在哪一品里边好像也有这个，但是好像不是这么翻的。这不就是正性定、邪性定及不定句吗？它这个句是不是accumulation 呢？它是 aggregates 呢，还是 accumulation 呢？
它这就是你做了一堆好事，这堆好事
知道
在一块儿，
就是
然后你就得正
在一起。对啊，它是积极的、积聚的、积聚。所以这个句是不是 accumulation 呢？因为这个跟这个5韵它要有一个区分嘛，因为我们5韵也是一种句，对吧？我们用这个是不是跟它标示一下，就是区分一下？因为这个句它不是那个，虽然句在汉语的意思都相同，但是这个地方我觉得这个是一个为了区分跟5韵。你觉得呢？我是这么理解的哦。
我觉得也有道理，可以为了跟5韵区分吧。其实这里面这个句也有5韵的意思。你得了正性定的5韵，我得了邪性5韵，不定的5韵。你得感召的这个身体的意思。你通过什么？你正性的感召的身体，不定的感召的身体。都差不多。好，谢谢。184的 Buddha said, Subhuti, I truthfully observe by my 5 eyes. It is decidedly that there is no self could awaken to ultimate perfect enlightenment and harbor sentient beings with 3 accumulation differences. Which are the absolute perfect nature accumulation. Definite evil nature accumulation. And the undecided nature accumulation. But those sentient beings are foolish and upside down. See, 它这只是 sentient beings. Like those unreal things as real. Think those unreal sentient beings as real. For subsume these false attachments. I speak about it following worldly thinking, not following surpassing meanings. No, Subhuti, although I have awakened to the ultimate perfect enlightenment, I do not reside in conditional realm, nor non-conditional realm. Subhuti, such as all thus coming transformations, although they do not reside in conditional realm, nor non-conditional realm, but there are going, coming, sitting, and standing, and rest activities. Buddha says, Subhuti, thus coming is the same. No, everything is as transformation. Speak everything is as transformation, although there are activities, but none of them real. Although liberated sentient beings, there are nothing to be liberated. Same as a transformed Buddha liberated transformed sentient beings. As such, Subhuti, great awakened practice combines wisdom should be like transformed Buddha, doing something without any attachment. Buddha said, Subhuti, Buddha and the transformed and everything are all equal without any differences. Why, Subhuti? The deeds that Buddha did, the transformed could also do them. Buddha said, Subhuti, such as Saskamen's body, because of Dharma nature, can be the fortune field for heaven, human, and demons. Transformed Dharma is the same. Because of Dharma nature can be the fortune field for heaven, human, and demon. Such as that Kamen's body receive others' offerings, make those givers get unlimited fortunes until their birth and death boundaries. The transformed Buddha receive others' offerings, also make those givers get unlimited fortunes till their birth and death boundaries.
你这个化佛是个专有名词吧？
化佛，transformed。
不是啊，我说它是个专有名词的话，就把它标出来是专有名词。
OK。
所以 transform 要大写，中间加个 hyphen，transformed Buddha 就把它变成一个专有名词。
OK。transformed Buddha。好，来了。If those devout men and women invoke kind and respectful mind to thus coming and keep thinking about it, then this devout men and women kind rules are unlimited until the last suffering boundary. As such, Subhuti, admiring and making offerings to thus coming will obtain such huge fortunes and benefits. Their amounts cannot be measured. So Subhuti should know thus coming and the transformed Buddha are equal without any differences, as it is measured by all dharmas, Dharma nature. As such, Subhuti, great awakened should use all Dharma nature as the measurement. The practice combines wisdom and skillful means, and all Dharma nature, but do not damage all Dharma nature, which means do not differentiate. This is combines wisdom, this is combines wisdom, Dharma nature, this is Dharma nature.
那 Dharma 和 Dharma nature 之间需要加个 and 吗？要不然会不会生气？人家以为是印刷重复啊，需要加 and 吗？
诸法法性。
是啊。
不是 and， 诸法的法性。Dharma nature of all Dharma， 或者我们用的 of。
诸法法性，那直接就 all Dharma nature 不就完了吗？
也行。
是吧？我还以为你就是分的两个法和法性呢，入诸法，我以为你是这么翻的呢。那你这么一解释，那就一个 Dharma 就 OK 了吗？是不是？
也对，只不过这佛也用过诸法，也用过诸法性，也用过诸法法性。
是，它里面有。
所以不知道这里面有没有区别。所以我就照着原句翻译。
诸法法性，我觉得就是诸法的，就 all dharma。如果用那个英文表示，就 all dharma's nature， 就是这样的。我觉得你看你 两个 Dharma 重复就给我的感觉就是我就按普通读者，我就all Dharma nature 是不是印刷错误两个呀？或者是要懂一点的话 Dharma nature 那为什么用两个 Dharma 呢？肯定会产生一种疑问在这个地方。
对呀，应该是疑问的，因为我就有疑问。
你没有什么疑问的，我觉得它就是 Dharma nature。
不见得。
入诸法法性矣。
我这里不确定它到底是 and 还是诸法的法性，还是诸法和法性。
其实就是入法性就得了。我就很确定这个。
对，这个是你自己的，根据你目前的正量所认为的，不见得对。
因为什么呀？因为你知道为什么我确定吗？因为性相是一，不是二，你就从这点上，诸法法性它就一个，就 OK。我就是这么理解的，我这么就一无二。
193段 Subhuti, great awakened practice combines wisdom, should not differentiate all Dharma nature as such, and damage Dharma nature. Senior Subhuti asked the Buddha, what owner, if great awakened should not damage all Dharma nature, then why does coming yourself damage all Dharma nature? As the Buddha always says, this is form. This is Citta Siyun. Dharma has said such. Would you not damage Dharma nature? Buddha says, Subhuti, I do not damage all Dharma nature myself, as I just use the name and phenomenon as skillful means, or fictitiously speak out about all Dharma nature. In order to make sentient beings awaken to the non-difference of all Dharma nature.
慢一点。从这一段里我看出来，它是两个，是诸法和法性，不是一个。你要翻的时候，还真得译出来加个 and。你看，他说假说诸法法性，因为前面有一个名相方便，这就是说明他立了名了，法跟法性两个，所以就按着下面我才看到，这是你得加一个 and。如果按前面不看的话，就还真以为就是法性呢，从后面找到答案了，因为它有名相嘛，就是安立名相，诸法法性。但是你要是你中间加个 and 就清楚了，你要不加 and 就容易产生疑惑，是不是？
对，说对。我只不过觉得产生疑惑是好事情。
那是你认为是好事情，你翻的。
对，你认为不是。好，195段。Buddha said, Subhuti, I do not damage all Dharma nature myself, as I just use the same name and phenomena as skillful means to fictitiously speak about all Dharma nature. In order to make sentient beings awaken to the non-difference of all Dharma nature. So Subhuti, I have never damaged all Dharma nature. Senior Subhuti asked Buddha, what honor if Buddha just used the name and phenomenon to proclaim the all Dharma nature in order to make all sentient beings awaken to it, then why Buddha lecture non-name and non-phenomenon by name and phenomenon ways to make others awaken to it? Buddha said, Subhuti, I'm following the word they say ways, fictitiously establish the name and the phenomenon for skillful means, proclaim all Dharma nature, but without any attachment. Subhuti, such as those idiots, heard the suffering sayings, then attached to its name and phenomenon, do not know it is just fictitious saying. Not all thus coming and Buddha's disciples heard suffering sayings attached to it, but truthfully know it, follow worldly sayings. There is no real 法 name and phenomenon.
这个海狗啊，你这个 Dharma nature 哈，第二个 Dharma 加一撇加一个 s，Dharma's nature， 这样的话就你如果不愿意加 n 的话，就 Dharma's nature， 这样就可能清楚一点。就是第二个 Dharma 的地方加一撇加一个 s。
All Dharma's nature.
对。你觉得呢？
也可以。
当然，如果加个 n 的话，那就是更清楚。如果不愿意加 n 的话，那就是 Dharma's nature， 这样人家就知道是两个东西。
如果您认为可以加 n 的，我可以加 n。如果 n 的好的话，
加 n 的好一点。
好。
Dharma's nature， 清楚一点，好不好？因为看的人可能没有我们这种水平啊，是不是？
对，您说的对，只是每个人理解不同。
对。
198段。Everything has but fictitious name, fictitious phenomenon. There's no real. Sense do not attach to those fictitious names and phenomena. As such, Subhuti, great awakened, immersed in everything being just fictitious name and phenomenon, should practice comprehensive wisdom, but do not attach to it. Senior Subhuti asked the Buddha, what owner, if everything is just fictitious name and phenomenon, then what great awakening invoked, enlightenment and wonderful? And afterwards, take those diligence and hard working to practice the great awakening practices.
For what to practice? 直接没有把那个发心翻出来，直接就行了，是吗？一步到位了。
何事发心？For what to 发心 start to practice.
Aspire to 或者是 resolve to practice. Resolve aspire 都可以 to practice 就把那个心给翻出来了。对吧？
For what to aspire to practice.
没有的 aspire 本身就是个动词。
For what to aspire?
Aspire. For what?
Aspire to.
Yeah. Aspire 没有这个的吧？加个的什么意思？
For what aspire to practice?
Practice. 这样就可以，这样就把这个发心我这个意愿这个给它表达出来了。你上来要是 for what to practice 直接就行上了，为什么而行啊？它不是为什么发心去行，是不是？我是这么对，加个 to 也对，这样从语法。
谢谢，
不客气。
Subhuti, everything as just name and phenomenon. Such name and phenomenon are just fictitiously established. The name and the phenomenon nature is Kung. Those sentient beings being upside down, follow the turning of birth, death, cannot be liberated. So great awakening invoke enlightenment mind, practice great awakening practice, gradually awaken to all phenomenal wisdom, then turn the perfect Fa will. By the three practice Fa, liberate sentient beings, make them out of birth and death, enter into complete nirvana. And those names and phenomena have no origination and perish. Also no staying and changing, can be established.
还有这个发菩提心，这也是一个很专有的名词，就是它不是引发当然它是引发出来的，但是它自己要发，知道？自己我要发菩提心，我们经常说要发菩提心，这个发，这个地方我觉得用 invoke 不太合适。我可能以前做翻译特别计较这些小地方啊，如果要是看着这个文意呢，就这么看下去，应该也是那什么。但是作为佛学，你发菩提心，这是一个专业名词，我觉得应该有一个统一的说法。
对，应该是统一的。
Wow, enlightenment mind, wow,
mind 没法 wow 啊，
那就
wow 是 wow 个东西。
对，发誓发愿哈，
嗯，
发愿发誓我一般的是wow aspiration， 但是这个地方你要把这个心表达出来，那就只能是 invoke mind， 他也考虑到搭配问题。可是我还是觉得，因为这个发菩提心，还是应该给他有一个专有的表达。你这么用英文这么表达也应该是没问题的，但是主要它不涉及一个专有名词。我觉得发菩提心很重要的，这个词汇最好能统一一下。你先这样吧，
最好是
先这样吧，
最好能统一。我们下去讨论吧，把这个统一了，然后再改。201段，三类智者。Buddha said, Subhuti, all knowing wisdom is shared with herd awakened and non-awakened. All phenomenal wisdom is shared with great awakened wisdom. All phenomenal wisdom is all thus coming, worship qualified, perfect enlightenment, specialty wisdom. 我后来改成 exclusive wisdom. Buddha said, Subhuti, all knowing wisdom are 5 aggregates. All knowing wisdom, which are 5 aggregates, 12 fields. 也不念。Buddha said, Subhuti, great awakened to learn and fully know all Tao phenomena, which are herd awakened Tao phenomena, non-awakened Tao phenomena, great awakened Tao phenomena, and thus coming Tao phenomena. Great awakened should always learn and practice to fully achieve such phenomena, although doing what is to be done in such Tao do not awaken to the real boundary. Buddha said, Subhuti, those are very great awakened, if not fully achieved, beautifying Buddha world, cultivating sentient beings, practice all great wills, then should not awaken to the new boundary. If fully achieved, beautified Buddha world, cultivate sentient beings, practice all great wills, then should awaken to the real boundary.
哎，Marco，稍等一下，这地方我觉得它不是 real boundary 了，这个就是不证实际，乃应作证，这个地方就不是 real boundary 了，这应该是一个抽象的，就是说，最终的那种状态。你比如说拿这个涅槃小乘的涅槃来说，他知道，比如说佛菩萨他们能够 experiment 这个小乘的这个涅槃呢，但是他不去作证，因为如果把他这个实际作证了的话，那他也两腿一盘灰身灭智，他走了，所以他只可以 experiment， 但不去作证这个，所以我觉得这个地方不应该翻译成 real boundary， 这个地方实际不是刚才前面我们提到那个 real boundary。这个地方我觉得也很重要，这个不予实际作证这个，因为后面涉及到全是这个，我也涉及到翻译过好多这个不予实际作证，就是可以去 experiment， 但不去作证。
于其实际就是说，就像你说的小乘类或者大乘或者大乘或怎么样，都是任何一个东西，就像我们人一样，我们有个边际，它就指的那个实际的边际。不去 touch 那个东西，不进入。
这边的实际是不是讲他实际的功夫啊？ 你修小乘的功夫啊，小乘的实际，你不要去做正，然后你修大乘的这个实际的功夫，就是你真正修行的，不要去这个自作圣解，说你是已经修到几地的，就是不要把你实际修行的状况或者情况来去做一个自作圣解，大概是应该是这个意思吧？
对，
是不是？
对，就是不取果位，不执着于那个地位。
也可以吧。你要这么说的话，这个 real boundary， 反正，好像有一点点那种。
你要有什么好的，我们可以。
那就这样吧，因为这个也能说得过去，反正是，因为它确实有一个边界，它有一个界在里面。这个的确是有一个界里面，就像老师说的，你各种功夫，小乘也好，大乘也好，它确实有一个 boundary 在里面，所以
你要不要把它换成 real practice 呢？
我觉得还是 boundary 好，因为像您刚才说的，就是你正到某一定程度的时候，你再往下走，你就 nirvana 了，所以你不能 touch 那个 boundary，你可以，但是你不去，你不能因为你再往前走，你就灰身灭质了，所有的情况都是这样，所以说你不能 to the real boundary， 就是有个 boundary。
可以吧？我觉得可以用这个 boundary 在这儿。
如果这边的话 ，real boundary 讲清楚一点一下，要不要加一个 real practice boundary？
这样更好。
实际修行的 boundary， 就是你修到什么境界，就是这边可能是应该讲实修的境界。
practiced 加个 d 加个的 real practiced boundary， 对，这样可能更清楚一些。对，这样就更
比较清楚一点。
对。好，谢谢老师。205段56了，我们还往前吗？
跳一下吧，把它结束吧。
无助而正，这个就是了。
有些重复的就不念了，就是稍微跳一下。
这个法动意象应该说一下啊，说 everything is one phenomenon， 这个应该是 everything is one phenomenon， 这比较重要。其他的就没有什么特别的。
特别的就往下跳。
都是反正菩萨不见有时，一切都空。然后呢，这边说的是什么叫一相 ？Non-form, non-saying, non-relative, one phenomenon, which is called one phenomenon, which is called one phenomenon, non-phenomenon。所以无相是一相。
几段了
？216段。
216。OK。
我觉得就这两个比较重要一点，就其他的都是很普通的。
对，
大部分都是在讲的这些东西。然后这个也是都是不可得，因为最后一句念一下吧。Two non two both are unobtainable, so the achieved Buddha's all-knowing wisdom is achieved not because of obtainable, it is also achieved not because of unobtainable. Obtainable 法 and unobtainable 法 are both unobtainable. If knowing as such, then can awaken to Buddha's all-knowing wisdom. 这个也很重要。不可得和可得都是不可得。好了，完了。
非常好。今天这个是我们六祖大师的这个 原籍纪念日啊，你这个一个人把这个61品给他完成，这个功德无量。感谢。
谢谢老师。
好，谢谢大家，谢谢。
好，谢谢大家。